Thing is, mine had a little extra to it.
Oh, no.
Mine had a little surprise to it.
And you can feel it when it happens.
Oh, it's
you
straight. It's instant panic.
Instant clench. You're clenching right away, bro. You're like, suck it back in. Fuck.
All aboard! It's time for Choo with Jay Shurga.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another ride here on the Choo Express. I'm your conductor, Chase Shurga. Everybody wants a ride. Today, I am joined by two very special guests. To my right, your left, if you're watching on YouTube, we have Kolbie G. My left, your right, if you're watching on YouTube, we have Ryan Carmello. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us, dude.
Appreciate it.
No,
Second time, I'm hyped.
That's true. So, Kolbie was actually here back when we did the Garage Boozing podcast, but as you guys know, rebrand.
Choo choo.
Yeah. Oh, my fuck. Where'd I go with that? Yeah. So rebrand, whatever. So it's both of their first times here on the Choo podcast. But so I wanted to start this off with this new thing I'm doing, and it's bringing a gift to my guests. So I got a gift for both of you guys.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Oh, okay.
And I got in my little gift bag here that says, "You're pretty cool," because I think you guys are pretty cool. All right.
Appreciate that.
And the reason I got this gift, you guys are about to see, is so Ryan.
Yes.
A little birdie told me that many, many, many moons ago, your family invented what is called the Carmello.
Wow.
So I brought one for you,
Thank you, dude.
and I brought one for you,
Wow.
and that's probably not even close to
we
being
were
true.
just saying on the way here how hungry we were and how we haven't eaten all day.
Oh, look at that, man. Have a snack.
That's
Treat yourselves.
perfect, dude.
Now, do you guys say caramel
I don't
want
want to turn this into like a ASMR, like chewing in the microphone video.
I mean, you can if you want.
Dude, do you watch those? Because I definitely watch those. They're so, like, comforting.
They creep me out.
See,
No way.
Oh, I love it. My favorite thing is a mukbang with the ASMR. You know what a mukbang is?
Yeah.
Yeah. No?
That's
No.
just not my thing. Like the chewing, man.
I don't know. I think
it's
Mine's
just the
not chewing.
chewing.
Mine's like when they like tap the microphone with like the long nails and stuff, and they like whisper. It's mad
You're
calm.
into
Okay,
that.
so that's what ASMR is, yes. But like a mukbang with ASMR, that's where like you see like I feel like it's a lot of like Asian culture most of the time, but like
Yeah.
really it's anybody. But if you look
I think that's definitely how it started, at least.
for sure,
Yeah.
So it's basically like people that'll eat a shit ton of food on camera with like the sound, exactly what you said.
That's
with the
literally-
ASMR
yeah.
and like literally like the chewing and like everything. Like I'm telling you, check it out. It's kind of
I
interesting.
see. I'm not
You'd be
into
good
the
at it,
chewing
dude. You
stuff.
should
I'm
do
into
it.
the. I like just like when they.
Well, like they'll open the snacks.
They have
and
like
grab
the rain sticks. They'll put like in the.
I'm
the
telling you, just
microphone.
look it up
Alright.
later. I want you to look up mukbang.
You should do it.
ASMR.
I think you'd be good at it.
For sure.
You should start making mukbang videos. Just killing food.
Yeah,
front
I
of
mean,
a
they're
microphone.
actually
Yeah.
they're really popular. Like if you look like
You don't want to hear me chew on a microphone. It's loud.
or you're the guy that has like a bag of chips and you're like,
Yeah, I'm loud. Like, sometimes I gotta chill
Man.
out.
all right. So anyway, so both of you guys, if you will, are musical artists. Is that how you say it? Like what would you define yourselves as?
I would say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Musical artist.
Yeah, that works. Singer, musical artist. I guess.
Singer. Oh yeah. Why didn't I say singer? Singer
I would
makes-
love to just say musician, but I'm not good enough
I
at
feel
a
like there's
musical
more-
instrument
yeah, there's more
to
to
claim that title.
No, I actually no. Rewind. Musician is way better. I think.
Yeah,
It's
but
better, but I can't confidently claim that. I play an acoustic guitar okay enough for me to sing along to it. I don't count that as like being a musician.
You guys.
If someone tells me they're a musician, I imagine that they can like shred and they're
Yeah,
like
they do the drums,
really
the guitar,
good at
the
a
xylophone, and shit at the same time, like
Yeah.
that type of thing.
You see that? You know who Bobby Alloff is, or the girl that talks really
Yeah.
monotone. She had like a rapper on her podcast. I don't remember what girl it was. And Bobby's like, "So you're a musician?" She's like, "No, I don't do tricks. Well, I'm not."
No
I was
way.
like, she's like,
That was the thing.
"No, you play music, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, but I'm not a musician." And she's like,
she like just wasn't getting
she
it.
didn't understand what that was. She thought it was a magician.
So I'm actually
That's
I'll side. I don't know who you're talking about exactly, but I'm gonna side with them because for the longest time in my life, I would always get geometry. See, here I am. Geometry and geography confused.
Okay.
Like people
Yeah.
would talk about like geometry, and I'd be like, dude, I don't know what state is where. Like I don't know. It's so bad. Like even to
Meanwhile,
this.
You're trying to figure out the right angle of the of the triangle.
Geometry sucked. That was like I was so good at math until I got to high school, and geometry was a thing, like with the triangles and the right angles and the obtuse angles and what's the other
So
one?
they would be like,
Hypotenuse.
Get out of here. I don't want to hear that. That brings me nightmares.
so someone would be like, what state's below Washington? And you'd be like,
Right
I
angle.
Sorry, I'm not good at geometry.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And then I'd be like, oh shit. But now like I've finally like got the two together, kind of like my lefts and rights. But all right, so you guys are musical artists, musicians. Oh, wait, artists would just be a thing, right? Artists.
That's good.
Like if somebody's singing a song,
Singer
it's the
songwriter.
artist.
How about that one?
Ooh,
Singer songwriter.
I like
I
that.
think that's what's in my Instagram bio.
Singer songwriter. That makes sense. All right. For those people watching at home that don't know who you guys are, what genre of music do you guys sing?
Wanna go
I would
first?
call it pop country.
Pop country.
So I would say a traditional country fan would call it pop, and a pop music fan would call it country.
That is a money explanation.
That's how I'd
right
explain it.
there.
I feel like there's so many different genres of music now. Like back in the day, there used to just be like pop, rock, punk, like
Yeah. Now it's all like
lot of it
a
blends.
melting pot. Now.
yeah. So would
Yeah.
you say you're the same thing? Like
Yeah, definitely. Because we came from like not R&B, but like hip hop, pop stuff. So it made the transition to country kind of like a blend of pop and country. But like he said, that's the best explanation I've ever heard of what we make.
so did you guys start off with like the pop country or
No.
no? All right. So
I was rapping since I was a little kid.
a little kid as in how old?
Dude. Like I'm talking like 7 years old.
No
I'm not
shit.
even kidding.
How old are you now?
26.
Oh, okay. So like 20 years you've been rapping.
Yeah. Yeah, well, not anymore.
Sure.
But
okay.
I used to be like with my cousin Tim in my aunt's basement just writing raps. Like we were loving it. And I used to put them out and everything, YouTube, streaming services, all that up until
SoundCloud.
some songs on SoundCloud, yeah.
Sure.
But that was up until around college. Around college age, I started wanting to do more like pop type of music. I was like, I kind of want to start transitioning into just more like pop and actually singing and kind of leave the rapping behind. But and then I got obsessed with country music as a listener, like obsessed. That's all I listen to now. I like dove into it head first and just never looked back.
Okay.
And once that happened, then it just became like a no-brainer. Like if I'm just obsessed with this genre of music, I might as well just start making that kind of music.
Oh hell yeah! What about you?
Well, I was rapping as well. Like I not as young as him, but like
Sorry, I was a telemarketer.
I was rapping as well. Like I always sang and stuff, and I didn't know like rapping was easier than singing to me. Like just
Sure.
easier to write because of it's just like metaphoric and it's fun to
Yeah.
write. Whereas like country, you tell a story. So I was rapping, doing pop music with Billy and all them, and then finally we made a song together. And it was like I was starting to try to get into country music, and we made that song. It was country. Then we made another song together, My Friends, that came out in the summer, which was kind of
That was
poppy.
like yeah.
But as we started working closely and stuff, I was like, country is where it's at. Like that's where I kind of fell in love with the songwriting process. The stories behind the songs are just so much better and more relatable to so many people. And
The cool thing though, when you come from a past of like writing raps, is that like when you start doing another genre like we did, you can still bring a lot of that into it in terms of like clever lyrics, wordplay, stuff like that.
yeah, 'cause
That maybe
country
you don't
sounds-
see much in country,
Yeah,
but like
'cause
when
it's
you
duller.
have a history of like writing raps, you've built up kind of that like tendency to do that kind of thing in your lyrics. You can kind of bring that into it. And
Well, there's also a genre, because I know they all mix and match, like we said. Like country rap is also a thing
Yeah.
too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it definitely is. Sometimes it sounds a little weird to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
Sure.
But it's definitely a genre, and we were listening to, what song were we listening to by Jason Aldean on the way here?
Dirt Road Anthem.
Yeah, there's two
There's
rap
rap
verses in that.
song.
It's so funny you bring up
Up
Jason
Church.
Aldean because like growing up, I used to hate country music. Like, dude, like I was never a country music person. I grew up in like a small town too, where like everybody loves country. It's just, I don't know. I always loved rap, rock, like classic rock. That was always my thing. And the country music, like, always used to put me to sleep because I'm like, oh, it's too serious. Like, oh, I drove my tractor, blah blah blah. But it's not really like that, right?
Yeah.
So like within like recent years, like
Some of it is.
Yeah, some of it definitely is. But like, I definitely became a huge fan of Jason Aldean. Jason Aldean is my number one favorite country
His new
artist.
album is crazy.
Dude, he's a rock star. It's awesome. But I mean, then again, I always liked like my Toby Keith, my Tim McGraw, stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
that stuff is just amazing.
for sure. And I just feel like with country music, what I love about it is like there's definitely more like heart and soul that goes into it versus rap. You know, like almost kind of like what you were saying, because like with rap music, well, one, I feel like for most people, maybe not everybody, there's a lot of auto-tune and a lot of stuff like that, and which I feel like maybe there's a lot of that with everything. Who knows? I don't know.
Every artist uses auto-tune of some sort.
I was gonna say,
some
like, everyone's
genres
gotta do it,
use
right?
it like overkill. Some
But like,
don't.
look at T-Pain, you know, like that's
Yeah.
literally like auto-tune to level 100.
Yeah, but have you heard him without it? He's unbelievable.
Good?
He released.
He's
He
really
released.
good.
Unbelievably bad or good?
No, unbelievably good. His
Oh,
vocals
really?
are crazy. Yeah,
He's a-
he
no, he's a
he just released a whole like cover show that he did live.
He never really needed autotune. He made it so popular that it became his sound, so it made sense for him to keep rolling with
Oh,
it. But
shit.
he never actually, in terms of like singing, he never needed it.
Dude, I'll
because
send
he has
you,
a great voice.
I'll send you the show out. It's unbelievable. He does like country covers in it, and like he's unbelievable.
No shit. Here I am dogging on T-Pain. I'm like, oh, he needs auto-tune.
No,
Like,
no,
No,
but
he
really?
doesn't need
I
it
mean,
at all.
It just became like his stitch almost. Like,
Yes.
Really? Wow, crazy. You learn something new every day. There we go. There's my fact of the day. That's wild. But yeah, so what I was saying is like there's definitely more like actual like storytelling and like heart and soul when it comes to a country song versus a rap song that's like, I'm gonna go fuck this pussy, like shit like that. Which I mean, 9 times out of 10, this day and age, rap has just gone crazy.
That's
you know?
why.
We
That's
had
one of the
this
reasons.
conversation today,
That's one of the
You
reasons.
talked about this today.
literally at
Yeah.
his house.
That's one of the reasons I felt so good about transitioning into kind of the country genre is I was always I was always rapping about like family values and like and dude, it sounded so corny over
Sure.
a rap beat, so corny. One time I submitted my song into like these guys that reviewed songs on like Facebook Live, and their feedback was it sounds like he should write this for like Disney. Like he should write rap songs for like Disney shows.
Because it was about good things.
Because
Oh, so, yeah, okay.
but they were saying it. They were dogging on me. They weren't saying it as like a compliment.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
They were
like,
like, "This sounds like Disney," because it's a rap song. But I was like talking kind of about the things you would talk about in a country song. It just didn't. It was weird.
so it wasn't like super derogatory like rap would be like.
Exactly.
Like that. Right.
We
It was
said-
like really wholesome. It just sounded weird. So like,
Sure.
we said like today, we feel like you get to a point in your life where like you mature and you just start listening to country because you can relate to it.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I've related to a rap song that I've listened to
Oh my
because I don't do any of that. I'm not like listening to like, yeah,
I'm gonna
that's-
fuck that pussy.
Like that's what I do. Like that's not what I do at all. Like,
You better not be. The ring.
but like country, they talk about family and like we're both super close with our families. And
Yeah.
it talks about like, being respectful and stuff. And I feel like that's the image that we both kind of have and it just relates. And it just sounds
yeah.
good.
So now I can write a song about summertime driving with the windows down, or I can write a song about meeting my now fiance, playing football, things like that. That might
Yeah.
in a rap song, it's like, what is this guy talking about?
Yeah,
But now
right.
it just kind of makes sense, and because that's literally what country music now is about, like all the time.
They're literally, it's so funny because like, dude, when you take rap and you take country, it's like a complete like yin and yang. They're so different
Opposite.
for sure. So you both started out rapping, as you said, right?
Yeah.
So you started out like, how old were you? You said
Really young, probably around 6.
So how long have you been doing music?
Since
Kolbie.
I was 12.
Damn.
So-
Okay, so both a long time.
Yeah, a long time. I was so afraid to put things out though. Like I did and just would get made fun of. But here's me secretly recording like a bunch of songs. Like I can't put them out because everyone's gonna make fun of me. And then finally, it wasn't till I met Billy, when he was like, "Dude, just put it out. Who gives a fuck?" I didn't want to swear, but who gives a shit what you were?
I'll do all the swearing. You're good.
Who cares what people think? it's not about them. Basically, like, when you die, you only have yourself. Like, who cares about what all those people thought?
You're here one time, bro. One
Yeah,
time.
and I was like, you know what? I love music. Let me put it out. And the first song I put out was with Billy. That still gets streams till this day. I see it go up and up and up. And that's the Billy Floyd Effect.
Dude, the Billy Floyd Effect is absolutely real. So as you guys know, Billy Floyd was here on the last ride of the Choo Choo podcast here. And, man, that guy, like, literally, like, I'm telling you, Billy, you're a robot, bro. Like, you're not real. Like, he's the only person.
We were just talking about this.
We were just talking about this before we hit record.
He's
like,
AI planted into
like,
this world for good.
This man is like, he changed my life, man. Like, this little locked-in bracelet I got on.
Hey, do we all
Come
got
on
it?
now,
Come
come
on
on
now.
No, let's go. I love
What
it.
are we talking about here?
Yeah, do we all have the same one? No, yours is.
Oh yeah, mine's a little lighter than yours,
Yeah.
and his is gray. But either way, we still got the same wording on the bracelet. And like, bro, Billy, the first time I met him was back when I was doing the Garage Boozing podcast, and he came here in my garage, and like, I randomly DM'd him like, hey, want to be on my podcast? He's like, yeah, bro, I'd love to. Shows up at this random house, never met me before. Just comes into my garage, great, kind of like you. Oh no, I met you. So whatever. But yeah, he just shows up here and like, dude, first thing he does is hand me a locked-in bracelet. I'm like, huh. I'm like, at the time, I'm like, what the fuck is locked in? I'm like, all right, cool, put it on. Haven't taken it off since I met him. And funny story, really quick about Billy Floyd. So, my dad saw the episode with Billy Floyd, and my dad works as an off-ice official at the Adirondack Thunder.
Shout out to the Thunder.
Shout out to the Thunder, crushing it this year. And my dad, after he heard the episode, he goes up to Billy Floyd and he goes, dude, locked up, baby, locked up.
Locked up.
And Billy goes, no, we don't want to be locked up. We want to be locked in. I just thought that shit was so funny. Dude, honestly, like, kudos to that man. Like, I wish I could get out of bed and like, good AM, like all that shit.
Electric
like,
Factory from the time your eyes open.
yeah, like, bro, kudos to that man. But enough about Billy. We've already heard enough about Billy.
And how about going back
More-
to
more about
country?
Billy.
No, going back to the country stuff.
Wait, one more thing about Billy.
Yeah.
If you know Billy Floyd, he is a huge rap guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Loves rap. And he always says this, he's like, you made me like country music, because he's the #1 supporter, listens to all our stuff, knows every word to every country song to a genre he didn't even like. And now we got him like listening to Morgan Wallen and stuff. He'll send us a song, be like, dude, I love this song. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Game changer.
I don't want to dog on rap either though. Like,
No, it's
Well, that's the thing. I love rap. I'm not dogging.
I
love
don't
it.
listen. I don't listen to it really anymore. But I used to be obsessed with it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like.
Oh, yeah. Well,
you heard me sing the Jack Harlow song before we
Yeah.
got on air. Like, they're super talented. I just don't fully relate to it anymore.
well, I mean,
And they're catchy as hell. Catchy as hell.
course.
well, now I feel like rap music is more like the beat that gets me going because,
Yeah.
like, when I actually sit down and listen to lyrics, I'm just like, ugh. Like, I'm not going to play this
Yeah,
in front
but-
of my grandma, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
If we're talking lyrical standpoint, like, or would it be a maturity standpoint? Maybe
I don't know.
I don't know where you're going.
Depends
with
on
this.
what you say.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about like wholesome and stuff like that is so nice in country music. Whereas
Oh,
rap
yeah.
is
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
The wholesome factor is not there when it comes
they
to
have
rap.
crazy
wholesome-
lyrics. Like the metaphor is crazy. Sometimes I hear a bar and I'm like, my head explodes because I'm like, how did someone think of that? That was so clever.
Sure.
It just I like stories, and there's usually never a story behind
There's a lot of values and like appreciation in country music.
Yeah.
That
Well, the thing about country, too, is like,
It made me feel some type of way when I'm listening to
That's
a
what
song.
I'm saying, like,
Like
if-
I could cry listening to a really good country song.
exactly what I'm saying. Like, if I'm in my feels, and like, we all get there sometimes, you know, unless you're Billy Floyd.
Yeah,
Not
then
to
you're
bring him
just-
up again, but like, if I'm in my feels hard, dude, like, I'll put on a country song and I'll cry, man. Like, it feels good to cry sometimes,
Yeah.
you know?
I
Like, it definitely does.
cried to a couple country songs that
Oh,
I've
for
listened to.
sure,
that are
but, like,
so
I'm not- I'm-
beautiful.
I'll cry just because the song is good.
Oh, for sure. And I'm not going to turn on
Dude,
Fuck the Police and be like, oh my God, this is terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like
Yeah,
if
dude.
you're out like at a bar or club and someone hits some hard rap song, you're like, you know what I mean? Like you're getting into that.
You're out there
Sure.
crying in the crowd.
Yeah. You're like, fuck the police, man. Fuck
You're
them.
like, dude, this beat is so
Like
hard.
like today at my Orange Theory class, a Meek Mill song came on in the playlist and I was coaching. I was like, oh, this is hard. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I was getting the crowd, not the crowd, but the class all hyped up, and I was just like, yeah, let's go. Like it's gonna
Meek
make
Mill will
people
do
run
that.
faster, lift heavier, and stuff like that.
So that's
There's a time and place for it all.
That's a great thing to bring
Yes.
up. So, like, Can you work out to country music?
Oh, I do all the time.
I do,
Really?
I do, but I completely understand that someone
Yeah.
would think there's no way I could do
Like,
that.
what kind of country song you listening
I've
to? Like,
always been that way. Like
I listen to like, well,
You lifting heavy, like
my
going for your
preference-
PR,
my,
like
yeah, my country preference anyway is like more upbeat,
Yeah.
like country that's kind of leaning towards rock a little bit, Brantley Gilbert, Hardy, that kind of thing.
okay.
And
you
that
know I like those
that I
songs
think
that hit me in
fits
the feels.
in the weight room pretty well.
I think you
does.
were gonna say something. We cut you off.
no, I like songs that hit me in the feels, bro.
You work out to your feels, like you're like
off topic of country. My number one go-to when I work out is Ed Sheeran.
what?
That's wild.
Crazy.
What?
Yeah. I'll hit a PR to Ed Sheeran.
Clip that. What?
Yeah.
Like, what Ed Sheeran song are you like?
His whole album, dude. I love how he sounds. It just puts me in a great headspace to just
To hit a PR.
just work out.
I think most people would disagree with that.
100% they do. Like
yeah.
100% they do. If I'm going really hard, really fast, I will throw on like Many Men by 50 Cent
Okay,
to get me
I feel
pumped
that.
up. But
But then you're right
Nah, if
into
I'm
you're right
lifting
into
in-
Perfect by Ed Sheeran right after that.
yeah, Ed Sheeran, dude, this is my go-to workout.
All right, so
Like
you're
music.
trying to hit a PR. What Ed Sheeran song you putting on?
Oh, what Ed Sheeran song? I feel like I would need a track list in front of me just so I could.
Doesn't he
pick.
sing like "I'm in love with the shape of you"? Is that Ed Sheeran? Or-
Yeah, but I'm not even talking that Ed Sheeran. I'm talking like
Well, it's the same Ed Sheeran.
Like the hardcore. Is there a hardcore
no, like
Ed
really,
Sheeran?
really slow, like
Like even slower.
slower than that?
yeah, like
You're crazy.
Autumn Leaves by Ed Sheeran. It's
Okay,
the most
I'll look it
pure.
I was gonna say I don't know that.
It's the most pure, beautiful song in the world
look it
that
up.
will put me in my feels, and I will, it makes me happy and sad at the same
Start
time.
crying right here.
And I'll just rip it and
ripping a
and
tear.
go. Like
So you're telling me
I'll hit a 500-pound deadlift to that song.
you want to get
Really?
right in your feels right before you get your PR deadlift. You're like, I want to cry, be happy at the same time.
yeah,
Ed
I
Sheeran,
feel
there
like
it is.
when I perform my
That's
best.
insane.
When I perform my best is when I'm calm, not like
Amped up.
Like yeah,
Just took a shot of pre-workout. No, fuck the pre-workout.
Yeah.
We want Ed Sheeran.
Yep.
yeah.
You're one of a kind.
That's it.
it's
That's
great.
very
and
interesting.
I know no one's gonna agree with that, and I don't want
Nobody.
anyone to agree with
Nobody's
that. No,
gonna
I don't
agree.
want anyone to agree
I
with that
listen
because
to-
that's just my thing. You know what I mean?
I respect that. Yeah.
It's a thing. I listen to podcasts when I work out. I feel like people don't like that
Well,
either.
I've definitely listened to Goggins because that, like, if you listen
Oh
to
no,
David
but dude,
Goggins
I'm not even
with, like,
talking about
music
that.
behind
I'm
it,
talking about
fire
like
you
Theo
up.
Von and like I'm talking about
Some
just like
comedy shit?
just comedy podcasts.
While you're working out, you guys
Yes.
are weird. What
Yeah,
the
dude.
fuck?
Dude, I'm sitting there like I'm like ripping curls and I'm just listening to like Theo.
Dude, I work out
Theo
once.
saying he got a tetanus shot, and that's why he's
Yeah.
picking that football team.
I don't know. It's just something that I can just like tune out. I don't know how to
You're
explain
crazy too. I was just giving Kolbie shit for the sad stuff. Now you want to listen to Theo Von?
it.
while you're
That
working
might
out?
be weirder actually. Mine might I don't know.
Yours isn't even music. So
Dude,
yeah, actually, you
yeah,
are
you're
weird.
just listening to people
I'm, thinking
talk.
I'm trying to think of the one song
putting on,
Ed
like-
Sheeran and Luke Combs that they remixed together. It's unreal. I would listen to that song too.
I'm putting on like when I
Dive
work
or-
out one time a year,
Yeah.
I'm putting on like
Dive.
Yeah, that's a
Sandstorm by Darude. You know, like din-din-din-din-din. That got me pumped up. Like I'm ready for my 45-pound deadlift. Put me in.
Yeah. No, dude, I feel you. Just I don't know.
I almost
something
didn't
about,
catch that.
Yeah, right. Like SpongeBob with the marshmallows, where he's like,
Yeah.
He got the anchor arms. And he's trying to get his drink. He's blowing him up, and he's like, and he just brings his head over to the
and
straw.
the one falls over, and he's like, crazy.
SpongeBob, one of my all-time
If only
favorite
he
shows.
knew
so
all he needed was some Autumn Leaves by Ed Sheeran. He would have been.
If we put that on the car,
He would've
ride
been
home,
Larry
I'll
the
get in my
Lobster,
feels,
dude.
bro. That's why I have this tattoo. It's a
That
leaf.
for SpongeBob? Oh, the autumn.
Yeah, for SpongeBob.
That's for that song.
Kinda, yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty sick.
Because I
This
got it. I
podcast-
got it when my dog died. It reminds me of my dog.
Jesus.
That's such a crazy
I wasn't gonna laugh because I'm not an asshole, but this guy's laughing. I'm sorry.
I'm
about
laughing
your-
at
I'm-
you.
I'm sorry for your loss, dude. Like,
No, it's okay.
damn.
It's okay.
No, I wasn't.
Was your
laughing
dog's
at
name
that.
Autumn?
No. She did love leaves though, and the song is about
I'm not being a dick. I swear, I'm not being.
we're
a dick.
clipping this. Chase Sugar's the biggest dick
Yeah, I'm a piece of
on this planet.
I'm a piece of shit. He laughed first. It made me laugh. Well, he goes, I got this
No,
tattoo because my dog. And I'm like,
I just thought we had this crazy like full circle moment where like we just brought up that song and he just has a tattoo of it. That's
yeah,
crazy.
no, I do. Yeah.
well, we're like, oh, you got it because the song. He said, what kind of? And then my dog died. I was like, oh, is your dog's name Autumn? He's like, no. I'm like, how's it relate?
No, I listen. You get the pass.
Wait,
for
how
that because it
how
was a
long ago did the
funny
dog die?
sequence of events. A little over 2 years ago.
Oh, I'm a piece of shit. I'm so sorry. That's hard.
It's a lot. It is part of life. Like we've talked about this before.
I know. I'm not laughing. Stop making me laugh.
No,
It
I'm-
makes me laugh.
No, it's like when someone makes a face at you and you just can't help but laugh.
Like when you're in high school,
Yeah,
like you gotta be
you're not
quiet.
supposed
and
to
you,
laugh.
You look at
Yeah.
your boy and he's
you
like,
get the pass for laughing because I know no one is being a dick or anything.
no, it was like a nervous laugh. You know,
No,
it's like
whenever you're not supposed to laugh, it's so hard.
Oh,
not to laugh.
100%.
and you don't know how to react. So like that was the thing back in high school where like you got to be quiet, like something's happening, and, it
And
was
someone would do the stupidest thing. It wasn't even funny.
someone
and you just
farts, and you're like, like it's the funniest shit ever. It's not even that funny.
I still think
Totally.
when people fart, it's funny as hell.
Oh, me too. I'll never think farts aren't funny. Farts are fucking hilarious, dude. Like, I'll Dutch oven my girlfriend all the time.
Oh,
man.
same,
it's,
dude.
It's my
Dude,
favorite.
In a
there's
second,
people
dude.
that like I
best.
totally get the respect factor from like old school people that are
I'll
like,
Dutch oven
I'll-
myself,
yeah.
dude.
that are like, I'll never fart around a woman for like etiquette.
Because I'll Dutch oven myself.
But
That's fucking.
I don't know, bro. Me and my wife have the dynamic where it's like, who can rip the louder fart? I've seen,
Dude,
Your wife
I've seen
farts?
my wife
Me-
and Ryan have a fart
I
contest.
had a
before.
fart off with her recently, like 2 weeks ago.
after a Thunder game. It was so funny.
Who
Yeah.
won?
I don't even know.
I mean, I had the. It depends on what you mean by one. I had the last one. But if you're talking like who dropped the.
It's like when
the
you play
nicest-
the penis game. Who was louder?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to blow. I don't want to like blow her spot up right
I
now.
can't wait to show her this part of the podcast.
I don't know who was loudest, dude, but I know that
That's definitely a
You
good
can
clip.
just blow her up. I don't care.
I know that I.
Sounds like she's blowing you up.
I finished the job. That's for sure.
I finished the job. See, oh, that's great, dude. Once you get comfortable, man, like all that shit's out the window.
Dude,
like,
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna tell this story.
She's so
Brian
cool,
knows
dude.
this
She's
story.
so cool.
3 weeks into us knowing each other, I shit my pants.
no, legitimately.
I was wondering if you were gonna tell this
sharted on accident.
Like dead
honestly.
ass.
Yeah,
Oh, who hasn't? It's happened to all of us.
dude,
Like,
we were driving away from my parents' house.
well,
I
who
think
was
we-
actually driving?
I was
Yeah,
driving.
But
And you sh-
you got a picture like this was like
Like,
your
we-
what like your first second date? Like what
No,
was this?
so we had.
Like this is early on
So
in the
we
relationship.
started dating on Valentine's Day 4 years ago. This was the world shut down March 16th, 2020.
Yeah.
This is maybe 3 days into COVID, so we had known each other for a month. She lived 3 hours away, so we maybe have hung out 3 times, and now she was coming to my house because we had the world shut down, so it was like, let's hang out for a little bit longer.
We're clipping this story, by the way.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're driving away. I'm just like, I look at her, I was like, I just got the sudden urge to fart.
You had bubble guts.
And I just was like,
And
all
she
right, let
said-
me do the one cheek sneak and just kind of.
Okay. So
Lift
at
the
this
one
point,
cheek?
you were still kind of trying to hide it.
No. I told her I had the sudden urge.
Oh,
and I was
okay.
just,
Oh, you told her that.
yeah,
Okay.
I was just trying to I don't know. I definitely was feeling it. And then I was just like,
He was feeling the fart.
I tried to let it out. I was like, oh. She's like, what? I was like, we got to turn around. I definitely just shit my pants. And she was crying, laughing. I've never seen
Oh,
for
that's
like
the
10
best.
minutes. She's like taking a video of me like, he just shit his pants. I was just like, yo, come on.
That's
I had to,
so
I had
funny,
to go.
dude.
I had to go back into my parents' house, go into the bathroom.
Yo, but that's how you know you found the one.
Oh,
though. If they're
my
sitting there making
gosh.
fun of you when you just shit your pants. So
Oh.
you actually shit.
Not like a full shit. It got stuck in between the cheeks. It didn't make it into
No, it was
the
like
underwear.
it was like a turtle head. popping
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I'm so glad you told that story.
Why not?
Wow, that's great. And the fact that she was making fun of you and not grossed
Dude,
out,
she laughs. She'll tell the story all the time. Laugh. I've seen her do it too. I'll blow her up. I don't care.
Yeah.
bro. Oh, that's badass.
I feel like everyone has had a shart story.
Oh yeah.
Who hasn't?
This
Yeah.
past summer.
You got one? Let it out.
Okay. We're on family vacation,
Oh no.
and my cousin decided to just rip one on my other cousin, and I decided to follow up and also rip one on that same cousin. Thing is, mine had a little extra to it.
Oh no!
Mine had a little surprise to it.
And you can feel it when it happens.
Oh,
You-
it's
you know.
straight. It's instant panic.
Instant clench. You're clenching right away, bro. You're like, suck it back in. Fuck.
And I was like, no way that just happened. And then immediately I just like went to my dad and was like, I'm gonna go run to the bathroom real quick. He's like, all right. And then I just like, luckily it was all good. It was easy. It wasn't a
Too
mess.
much of a
It wasn't a mess at all.
Wasn't a number 3.
No.
Oh, thank
no.
God.
And yeah, it worked out. It was a funny story to tell after.
It's
One,
great.
one more short story.
There's
I
gonna
love
be,
it.
there's gonna be a lot of my family, like my cousins and stuff, that didn't know that, and they're gonna find out from this clip. Couple of them know, but
This went from music, asking us about music, to
I know.
to
We're getting back to it,
Sharting.
I promise. But I love this right now.
the thing is, my bad.
No, you're
Real
good,
quick,
you're good,
The
go.
thing is, when you're trying to really like you got to understand what I was trying to do in the moment. Like I was trying, my whole
You're
family's
trying to
there.
one up one of
I'm
your
trying to
cousins?
like make this the craziest fart anyone's ever heard. So I'm trying to like leave
going
a
on?
lasting impression. So I'm like, oh, I'm about to go crazy right here, and then sometimes
you went
get
crazy.
Sometimes you get too carried away, and you're like, that was a mistake.
That's unreal. So, I don't have a great shart story because like anytime I've sharted, it's just been like the worst time possible and like not really like entertaining. Just like, oh shit, I gotta run to the bathroom. But I do have 2 really funny stories that I just told today. Funny because we're all doing that like crazy. So one of them, I was on a business trip back when I worked for a cell phone company a couple years ago, and it was in Syracuse, and I was driving back. And I really had to pee, right? And I just stopped at a rest area. Got like some Burger King, and you know, like you pay like triple the price when you're at a rest area.
on the throughway.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter for the story. I just throwing it out there because the throughway sucks. But so I get like a tall Dr. Pepper and like a Burger King chicken fry,
Dr.
whatever.
Pepper's good. You're a Dr. Pepper guy.
I'm not a big soda guy. I drink soda probably twice a year, maybe 3 times. But when I do, it's Dr. Pepper or root beer.
Wow.
Same. I love that.
Yeah. Oh,
That little
I'm a
family.
diet Pepsi guy.
That little family of sodas, like that kind of cream soda taste.
Oh, yeah,
The root
look,
beers,
the
Dr.
best.
Pepper.
Yeah, well, Dr. Pepper's got like what 87,000 flavors in it. They say on the
Yeah.
side of the can. Anyway, so I slurp down my big Dr. Pepper, eat all my chicken fries like the fat boy I am, and so I see that little sign that says like, "Oh, rest area in 5 miles." I'm like, Psh, I'll be fine. I drive past it, right? Probably 2 minutes past. I'm like, I gotta piss. So then I put my cruise control on, right? I grab the soda cup. It's like empty. There's just ice in it. I'm like, what am I gonna do now? We've all pissed in a bottle or something in a car. We've all done it. Like, don't
Yeah.
tell me you haven't. We've all done
Oh,
it, right?
yeah.
But
That's
I'm by
always
myself.
scary, dude.
Yeah. Oh, it was scary. So I got the big extra large, big gulp thing, and I just piss in it, right? And I'm
While
like,
you're driving.
while I'm driving, but like I'm a cruise
That's
control.
skill, though.
And-
That's
Oh
skill.
yeah, I got 1 foot up like this, so I can like, so I got it good, right? And I'm pissing my.
That's insane,
My
dude.
aim's all good. Oh, it gets better. So then I'm like, fuck, this is really warm. What do I
Driving and pissing is crazy, but I love that.
Oh,
Continue.
just wait. So I'm like, oh, this is really warm. What do I do with it? And I'm like, I don't know, 22, 23, something like that at the time. I'm like, oh, well, throw it out the window, right? Sorry, God, sorry, Earth, didn't mean it. I take it back now, but I learned my lesson. I rolled down my window. I'm going 80 miles per hour on the fucking highway, right?
my
Oh, yeah.
God.
So I take this fucking big fucking thing, and I go to toss it out the window. The lid pops off, it explodes, and fires right back in my face.
No way,
I got
dude.
piss all over me, and I'm like, almost went off the road. I was like, I cannot believe that just happened. No. So ever since then, swear to God, have not littered since. I'm like way too afraid. Anything
Oh,
I throw
wow.
onto the earth is just coming
Instant
right back
karma,
to my
dude.
face.
God
Yes.
said not today.
Oh, yeah. He's like, no, not today.
That's nuts, dude.
Dude, literally went all over me. But a couple years before that, this one's
Wait,
even
before
better.
you start that next story,
I'm
how much
laughing.
longer of a drive did you have after that?
An hour and a half,
An hour and a half.
Yeah.
Guess all.
Oh, piss! I'm wearing a suit too because the job I worked,
God.
the cell phone company I worked for at the time, you had to wear suits and shit, and like I was there for like a training thing. Oh yeah, so like I'm
Wow.
wearing. I was gonna say, did I get a dry? I don't even think I have this suit. I'm pretty sure I tossed it. I don't know. Regardless,
I would
But-
get rid of that suit ASAP.
That's nuts,
It was not a. It was a piss suit after that. Yeah, wow. Crazy, but even better. So a couple years before that, I just moved out of my dad's house, and I got like a house that I rented with a bunch of my friends before I bought this house. And right when we got the house, like, dude, it was party central. All our friends were coming for parties all the time, shit like that. I got way too sauced one night, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to bed. Every night I go to bed, I always got to have, like, a tall glass of water. Like, I'm a big guy, wake up in the middle of the night, I'm parched. Like, I sleep with my mouth open.
Oh, yeah.
Got to chug water, right? So I had a water bottle next to me, and I woke up in the middle of the night, party still going on. Didn't want to walk to the bathroom because I'm like, fuck, I'm wearing my boxers, a wife beater. Like, you know, like, I don't want to go to the bathroom. So I found an empty bottle next to me, and I piss in it, right? Fall back asleep. A couple hours later, I wake up and I'm like, water!
Oh, no.
I need it! I grabbed the wrong fucking bottle of water, right? And I literally...
This is way worse.
Oh, terrible.
That
I
is
grab
horrible.
it. But the thing is like, I kind of looked at it. I do remember this. And, like, I had to piss so bad because I was so drunk that, like, it was just, like, clear at that point. You know? Like, it wasn't, like, yellow. Like, if I looked at it, I'd be
feel
like...
warm?
It was a couple
Oh, it was a
hours
couple
later.
hours
So
at
it's,
that
like,
point.
room temperature, just like the water was, right? So I just popped the shit open. I'm like...
Are you serious?
And then I literally go, go.
Dude, that's one of the craziest stories I've ever heard.
Swear to God, on my grandma's life, love her to death. But, dude, I literally chug this shit and I go... I spit this piss all over me, all over my bed, all over my poor fucking dog who's laying next to me. Poor Scooby's just sitting there innocent as fuck snoring.
Oh my.
And I was
gosh,
I
dude.
could not believe that just happened.
That's
So
crazy.
I've thrown piss out the window, had it splashed all over me, drank piss, spit that all over my room. Yeah, me and piss just don't mesh very well. But yeah, those are my two. You guys started
Dude,
with
those are
Char,
two
and with
really
this.
good stories.
I had
Crazy.
one more.
You gotta
Not me, though. Not me, though.
was
one
too
for the-
short.
It wasn't me.
One for the road.
It was my younger brother.
Shout out.
He used to be able to fart on command when he was a kid. I'm talking like maybe like 8 years old.
Sure.
And we would just, me and my friends would
I
just,
used to be able to do that when I was a kid.
me and my
too.
friends would just be like, fart, fart, fart. And he would rip it every time. So one day we were getting ready for like football practice. And this is when we had Little Giants. And there was like an older division and a younger division. But we were all at the same place. And we're all,
Isn't that a movie? Little Giants?
Yeah.
Movie. Yeah, great.
and we're all just being the asshole older brother and friends. Just telling him to fart, 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 fart.
Do it.
Yeah. One
Shits his pants before football practice. My mom had to come. My mom had to come and bring him change of clothes. Cause
Did you know right on the
Oh,
spot?
he was like, oh, and he like walked up to me and told me that he crapped his pants because
Yeah.
he was mad.
my pants.
I felt so bad, dude.
Wow.
Where did we go? This whole thing's
Yeah,
went
yeah.
sideways. I fucking love it. It's
Oh,
Next
great.
time I see him, I'll.
Ask him about it. He'll tell you. He tells it all the time.
Hey,
dude.
remember that time you crapped your pants? I love how you said it like that. Anyway, so enough about the shit and the piss talk.
Back on track.
Changing gears
Yeah,
here.
back on track. So Kolbie, as you just said, ring, married man.
Yeah,
You're expecting a little boy.
I am.
Congratulations, I
Thank
will
you,
say.
thank you.
So, yes, we'll give him a little clap. That's awesome. How do you feel first of all?
I'm very excited to be a dad. Like, I really can't wait. I feel like I was meant to do
He's gonna-
this. I can't wait to have a family.
He's gonna be a great dad.
kind of raise
Oh,
it
you're gonna be
how
a great
I
dad.
how I was raised. Like, family is like the biggest thing in my life. I go see my family all the time. We talk every day,
Love that.
all day long, and I just can't wait to bring that home to my parents, my brother to be an uncle, my sister to be an aunt for the first time because she has a kid, but she doesn't. Like, mine's the first one outside of that, so she's never gotten the chance to be an aunt or anything. So I'm really excited for that.
So I will say, so you posted your gender reveal, right? And we kind of talked about this the other night. I told you I was going to bring it on the podcast, but for those people that don't know the conversation we had, how excited were you with that gender reveal when you saw that blue?
I think we should clip the video.
Can I put it in this? Like,
Yeah, because I don't.
Do you
think
have it
we-
where you could send it to me and I can put it on there?
Yeah. I don't think I could explain the excitement that I felt in that moment because of how excited I was. Like, ask him. From the time I knew, even before Sav had told me she was pregnant, I was like, when we have a kid, it's a boy. It's a boy. It's a boy. It's a boy. I know it's a boy. It's a boy. Boy. Boy.
I saw the whole progression of like them saying they wanted a boy to them all of a sudden being like, we don't really care what it is. Like,
You're like,
as it came closer, they're like, we don't care. I mean, obviously they wouldn't have cared, but
sure.
But deep inside, it was obvious if they could choose.
Yes, if we could
So,
choose, it would.
When you saw
been a
that
boy.
blue smoke go in the air, you saw their genuine reactions to.
I dead ass think that was like the most excited for a gender reveal that I've ever seen. Like
we were.
That was two people who wanted a boy so bad.
Yeah,
and got
so
one.
bad,
Totally.
and like manifested the hell out of it. And it's funny because Emily's video angle, you can see as soon as it blows, Sav goes like this, and
The
like
fist pump.
the fist pumps the air, and then I literally almost hit her with the bat. I was. So
I know,
excited.
yeah.
Like in my head, I was. Oh. In my head, I was ready to fire that bat. It's 800 feet,
Yeah.
and you can see the second I realize it in the video, because I do go to throw it, and I realize she is directly in front of me, and I was like,
Imagine
just
you
put
just
it down.
launch that bat into the crowd. Like that's what I kind of thought you were gonna do.
I thought I was going to
Like
too.
the biggest bat flip of all time. You're just like,
Yeah.
boom.
Everyone's
was-
just running.
Like I hit that horrible pitch. First of all, she knew
It was high, but it was hittable.
high and inside.
You
It
made
was hittable.
contact. That's all that matters.
Yep.
You know?
And I knew blue was coming. I feel like there was so much manifestation, and not that me thinking it in my head or
No,
saying
I get what you're saying.
but
And like,
there was just it was a
lo-
boy.
a lot of people are always like, I don't know. I meet people that are like really excited for a boy, really excited for a girl. You really want a boy, you really want a girl, whatever. But like, I feel like there's a lot of people, regardless of what side of the spectrum you're on, where like, if it came out the opposite end, like, sure, you're gonna be excited, but there's a little at the same time, there's like still like
I would have been super excited, and if I'm being honest, I don't think my reaction would have been as crazy as the one you saw.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
That's
For a
exactly
boy.
what I'm saying.
100%. Like you saw the genuine most happy reaction you probably could have ever saw.
The most excited male gender reveal I've ever seen.
Yes.
Like crazy.
But just growing up in my head, I had the thought of I'm going to marry someone and I'm going to have a boy first. Like that's just been, I don't know why, it's always been in my head when I was planning out my future. And if it happened any other way, that's the way God had it planned out, and that's
Sure.
how it was supposed to happen. But that was just in my head, and that was what was going to happen in my life. Usually when I do that, those things don't happen, but this thing happened to happen exactly like I had planned out, and
it was beautiful.
perfect.
It was beautiful, dude. Like just the excitement in that video, like, dude, it was so hype.
And then Sav jumped in my arms. I hugged her. I almost gave her a fist bump, like a chest bump. I was so excited, like we were gonna jump up and celebrate, like a touchdown celebration. But I'm super excited. We got a couple names picked out. We're teetering back and forth, but I think we're pretty set on one.
Can you tell us or no? Is that one of those things you keep a secret? Because I know some people do that.
We've been like not asking for opinions, but people
Just
asking.
just
we tell her. Or we
Take
tell,
a minute and
tell
think
them.
before you.
You don't have to.
Last
right?
thing, yeah.
Well, yeah, because we're
It would
still,
be cool
we're
to say,
still
but
bet-
you don't
we're
want
still
Sav to be
between
like,
a-
why
Yeah.
did you say
We're
that?
still between a couple, and like we're not
Keep it
dead
between you.
set
Yeah,
on
keep it between
the
you.
actual like the name. Like we have, it's probably 80%
It's
going
good.
to be that.
It's a good
but
name.
there's still some up in the air that we
Sure,
keep
sure.
going back. It's like, is this what we want to do? Is this what we want to do? But none of them are like typical names that you would hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's sick.
I think the thought process behind this, and it might just be my thought process, but I want any kid I have, me and my family, none of us have normal names. My name's Kolbie with Kolbie. So
not
it's
normal.
No.
I'm Chase. That's not. Well, I guess it's more normal now than it was, but yeah.
And I just think of like, this might be selfish of me. If my kid makes it big as an athlete or big as a music star, I want them to have a cool ass name.
Sure. Oh yeah, you,
know
want
what
to
I
be
mean?
different. Yeah.
I want it to be different, and I just
Like
think,
Ryan, like he's got a really different name.
I just think of like if they were even in high school, if they're getting announced to an award or going up to bat or on a football field or whatever they do, like if they're into theater and at the end of a show they're like the main role and they say their name, like I want people to be like, that's a cool name.
And everybody knows who that is too.
Yeah,
you know, because not
100%.
everybody has that name, right?
Exactly.
Like
so.
Ryan, like very like not common.
Very
at all.
unique. You never hear it.
Sure.
That
But I
name
do have
flows,
this
though.
candy bar though.
Yo, sit.
Yeah, like I ain't
one thing I have.
never finding my name on a keychain.
Yeah, right. You're never finding your last name on a fucking candy bar, like Jesus, crazy.
Yeah, we're excited. July, baby.
July, baby. What's the due date?
July 18th.
That's badass. So you got to be nervous too at the same time, right? Like,
I'm like wondering what God's plan is here because July 18th is like very close to your wedding day.
Yeah, just don't have it be too much earlier than
Yeah, it's very close to your wedding day. July 13th is my grandfather's birthday,
oh shit.
who
Okay.
passed, who we were so like unbelievably close. And then July 15th was the day my other grandfather passed last year. So I'm
Oh,
like,
shit, dude.
we're flirting with some wild dates here,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's okay, man. I appreciate it, but like,
That's 2, man.
I know. Damn.
2 on the pod.
it'll be cool though, like just to see like if it is any of those dates, like it would be. Me and my grandmother talked about it because both my grandmothers, when those days come around, they're like, they're sad. One's the birthday, one's
course,
the death
yeah.
date, but they're like, oh, July's a hard month for my family, and they're like, we have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
That's like super exciting and super happy. So it kind of changes the energy behind the month.
Yep.
Damn.
It's deep.
Damn.
All right.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Oh yeah. So I added this to my list because we were kind of talking about it before. So Kolbie, you said like if you drink the night before that, like you have a show or anything like that like your vocals get all messed up. So like for both of you, like what kind of prepping goes in? And like if you have a show coming up or you're going to be on stage singing, like is it like do you actually have to like nurture your vocal cords? Like is that a thing?
I definitely drink a lot of water because
It is.
hydration is key. The thing is, I feel like my voice is pretty trained because I'm on a microphone every day, coaching classes.
Yep.
So
So while you're coaching classes, you have a microphone.
I have a
on.
microphone
Okay.
like around my head, and I talk and yell into it every day. But I will prep. Ryan knows I love vocal spray. I'm always spraying that to keep my vocal cords lubricated and stuff like that. There's a lot of prep that definitely goes into it.
Is it like one of those things from like?
And we don't do all the prep that really goes
Yeah.
into like.
Well, have you
We
seen?
probably don't do enough of it, honestly.
Yeah, you got to see the people like warm up for like 30 minutes. It's crazy.
So like, we've all seen High School Musical, right?
Yeah.
You know, like we're like,
Mark.
Yeah.
yeah, like that type. So that's not real. Or it is.
No, it is.
No,
it is.
I don't do it, but that is a.
don't
That's
know-
a real thing.
That is
I
absolutely.
don't know
a
if that's
thing.
exactly what they do, but there's sounds you make and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No
that,
shit.
That prep like your vocal
Yeah.
cords. Because I'll follow like a 5-minute warm up on YouTube on the way to our
They'll be
venue.
like,
yeah,
like that kinda
and you
stuff.
got to do it and go up and down and stuff, and it helps a lot.
what I do mostly is, I drink a lot of water, just like you said.
Yeah, have to.
And then I do like that. You know that Vapo. It almost smells like icy hot.
Oh, the vapor, the vapor
the Vic-
cool,
the Vic stuff?
Vicks
Yeah,
vapor rub.
but you can. There's like you can get one that's like a stick, and I'll just put it in my
Oh, it's
nose.
like a boom boom. You know what a boom boom is? Like,
yeah,
from Shark
yeah,
Tank.
yeah.
Shark Tank.
Dude,
yeah.
my dad has a million. Of
I have
those.
one on my dresser right upstairs.
They're
I fucking love
wild,
them.
dude. They're wild.
Dude, it literally gives you. It's literally like the Vicks vapor rub things that you
Yeah.
like. But like, so it was a boom boom. It was on Shark Tank. I saw it. I was like, oh, I gotta
Dude,
get these. I got
yeah,
people
I
at
know
work
exactly
doing
what
them.
you're
There's
talking
little
about.
like sniffing salts or whatever the fuck they are. You sniff it and you're like, woo, dude. There's
Yep.
literally the commercial. All the sharks are going, woo, woo, woo. It's like literally you just like took a line of blow. Like you're like that type of thing. Yeah. So okay.
That's yeah. So I'll do that. It's pretty much like just breathing in icy hot, so it clears your. You're not actually breathing in icy hot, but like it's that sensation, and you're clearing your sinuses. I do that because
You always have that
when you
thing
have
on
like
deck.
when you have like full sinuses, it's just it
I can't
sounds
breathe- I can't
worse,
breathe
and
out
it
of
just
my right
feel-
nostril to begin with.
Me either. I have
Yeah.
a deviated septum. I like ran into a wall on a bicycle when I was a kid, and it's just like.
Yeah, mine. I can't even breathe out of this one.
Yeah, it's like really caved in. But like, dude, like those like even the boom boom are exactly what you're saying. Like, dude, the second you do that and like you get that feeling of your sinuses just being cleared, it literally is like a woo, let's
Yeah,
go.
it's
You know,
nice.
like let's
100%.
kick a door down.
I have
Yeah.
like a steamer that you can like put your face in that clears like all through here and stuff.
Oh, that's probably amazing.
Yeah,
Those
I
are the-
think it's a Vicks too.
Those are the main things for me though. Like any way to clear your sinuses and don't be dry. Like I drink water. Obviously, you say it's important to stay hydrated, but I also just drink it right before so my mouth isn't dry because that's a
Yeah.
huge thing.
So you're
Your
like,
mouth and throat are dry, and you're trying to sing for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, you can't
That's
get those
tough.
notes out.
so are you chugging water? Like, how do you not have to pee in between?
I pee 100 times
No,
before
yeah,
we go up.
I'll pee right before we go out, but I'll also drink water. I don't like chug a lot of water, but I'll
See, I
just,
drink a gallon of water every day, so I pee like 22 times a day. It's so bad.
Oh, I
like
definitely
right before we're going out, I'll go to the bathroom and then I'll
Yeah.
just like drink a water, just like
So you ever like on stage or like ready to perform and you're like, fuck, I gotta
yeah.
pee. And you just
Oh
gotta,
no, not the pee thing. But I've gotten out and had a dry mouth. I'm like, this is not gonna go
Oh
well.
shit. Okay.
I have in Queensbury. I actually asked the sound guy off stage while you were singing to please get me a water, cause like
Oh, damn.
yeah, I was like, can you give me a water? Cause I could just feel like it was
So if you have a dry throat, your voice isn't gonna sound as good. Like, I don't know because I don't sing.
for me. That's the case for me, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. It gets like scratchy.
Yeah.
So have you guys ever ran into a situation?
But that
where-
was because I had forgotten completely. Like I was so like thinking about the show, getting ready, and I
You were
just
locked
didn't even
in.
think to drink water.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things.
So have you ever ran into the situation where like your throat does get dry and you're like, oh fuck, and then like it gets like scratchy and you're like, oh
Yeah.
fuck.
I
Like,
was sick before Wish Fest, and remember I was bugging out. I was drinking so much
Mm-hmm.
water. I was elderberry juice. I
what
was.
the fuck is elderberry juice?
It's like good for your throat and your immune system.
Elderberry juice?
Yeah, it's like I
I'll
would
look
just
it up
take
later.
like shots of
Elderberry.
it. And I was using the vocal spray just constantly because I was like, dude, my throat is not like it's not there. Like it's just dry as hell. I don't feel great, but it ended up working out. And we had a good
Yeah.
sound engineer for that show. So
Yeah.
Damn. So you've never ran into the situation that where like your voice didn't work the way you wanted it to while you're performing?
I did in that time that I was just talking about.
All right, elaborate. I
It
wanna
was
hear.
just it was the first song. I got up and like I instantly realized like, oh, my mouth is so dry right now. And the first song, we did open book for the first song, and I was like, that was I don't know if it was so noticeable that people in the crowd would notice
But
it.
you noticed
but
it.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
that was not how I
yeah,
wanted
there's
to
been
sound.
times where like I haven't like
And that's
warmed
when
up
he
and
had
my
the next
voice
song, and
sounds-
that's when I walked over. I was like, I just right away, I was like, can you get me a water? And by the time, I mean,
You're like, water, I need it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like once, it's really just if I forget to drink water. That's all it is.
Sure.
Because like once I get that sip of water, that's all I need. I'm not talking about like I need the water on stage.
Yeah.
I just needed that sip to be like,
Yeah, just to
because I probably hadn't like drinking, I probably hadn't drank
Drink.
Drank,
I say
drink.
drinking, but it's
a,
drink, I
s-
guess.
a
yeah,
sip of
whatever.
water like that whole day, because I was probably just like running, rushing around, and
yeah.
like I don't know.
What were you saying? You said it was like that for you, I think, or
Oh no, there's times where I'm like, my voice did not sound how I wanted to, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
me. You notice it more than
that's
the
the
other
thing.
people.
Like when you're creating content or anything like that, like you notice things that other people won't notice, but
Yeah.
like you're just like a perfectionist in the back of your brain. So
100%.
you,
That's why I just want to quickly shout out our engineer Jake Mannix,
it's the man.
because
shout out Jake Bannock.
I have texted him when we record songs. I have texted him the most minor details that I want him to change.
Yeah.
That part of me gets like worried that he's like, why? Like it's so minor, no one's ever gonna hear it. But he's also a music engineer. He gets it. He does
Yeah.
the same thing for his songs and stuff. So he understands. But like this new song that's coming out actually in 8 days is.
well, this will be
Fire-
live Tuesday,
fire,
so I
by
love
the
it.
way.
So
I-
this will be out before that song launches.
Yeah. We recorded the song, and like when we recorded it, and you think it's kind of done. You're like, for the most part, this is done. He ended up having to send me like 11 different versions of it, because every time I texted him with like a new tweak. Can you turn this part up a tiny bit up? Can you take out that harmony, just like lower that a little bit? Just minor things like perfectionism or just like nitpicking it. And just because it's your own song and you're noticing every little bit, like someone else might send me their song and I'm like, that sounds great. I can't think of a single thing I would change about that.
Yeah.
But had that been my song, I probably would have found 25 things that I would change about it.
Oh, that makes so much
He
sense.
does fix every little thing that you ask him. He did that for where this thing goes. Yeah. I thought I had it done on mix 3. We're on mix 8 right now.
Yeah.
And he, without a question, he's like, yeah, I got you. Like anything we ask, change. If it could be one word. hey, I need this one word elevated. He's like, got you.
Oh, that's
the man.
badass.
He's the man.
Well, it's like, it's an art, you know, like, and that's the thing. You want it to be perfect when you're putting that stuff out there. So,
Yeah.
so you said you guys have a song coming out in.
No, he does.
Oh,
I have a
don't.
song, The
8
Right
days.
Guy. It'll be out February 24th.
I say this about every song that he puts out. This is my favorite one.
That's hype man right there. I love that. So let me ask you this for both of you. So when you have a song that you know is coming out, like, are you a little nervous, or are you just like, are you excited? You're like, let's fucking do it. Why the wait?
Definitely more excited.
Yeah.
Why the wait's a good question. I got
Because-
a few answers for that.
Because I'm a guy that's like, dude, I made the content we're putting out right now.
I know.
And I'm like, no, I don't need to do that.
I'm
I-
like that. I'm like that by instinct too. Like
Yeah.
I just want it out right now.
Oh, I'll get a picture and I'll post it in 5 seconds.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Like,
if the second
right
it looks
away.
good, like I'm like, send it out there. Like,
100%.
For me with a song, the reason I wait is one. Well, first of all, you need a little wait in order for the song to release on your release date through stores
Yeah,
and stuff.
you
So
can't do it right
automatically you have to give it like a week or two.
oh, so they give you like a date that it.
They advise you. They're like, if you pick a date that's too close to now, it might not be out at that time.
Like we couldn't upload it and it'd
On
be
like on
out
multiple
tomorrow.
platforms or like.
Yeah, like you have to submit it to this distributor and they send it out to the stores.
Yeah.
And the distributor pretty much tells you, like pretty much if I were you, I would set this release date a little bit further out so we can make sure we get it to them by your release date.
Yeah.
And I've never had a problem. I've picked pretty quick release dates like 2 weeks
I
after.
usually do that.
And it always ends up
So we
fine.
used to do that where we didn't pick a release date. We used to just let them pick it. Usually took like 4 days to get out. So I couldn't upload a song tonight and it'd be like, guys, go listen to my song. It's out. It doesn't. It
But it's funny.
takes-
They'll tell you you're cutting it close when you're just completely not.
Yeah, I know.
Like it was in January at some point, and I submitted The Right Guy for late February. It was like a month in advance. And I know it's obviously going to get posted. You just
Yeah.
said they posted yours in 4 days.
Yeah.
But even that, when I press submit, they're like, your release date's cutting it close. I'm like, no, it's not.
Wow,
It'll
see,
be up.
That's crazy because like when I like post podcast clips, like I'll upload it and it'll be on every podcast platform everywhere in an hour.
Wow, really?
Crazy.
Oh, it's real fast. Yeah, it's unbelievably fast. I use a website called Buzzsprout, but I mean also it's for like podcasts and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So like I get where music is probably obviously a lot different.
They just have to check. I mean, a lot of this might be similar to podcasts too, but they have to check your cover art, make sure you don't have any brands in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then they have to check your lyrics, make sure they're formatted right, and then
So you have like a person actually like listening to this, like make sure everything is good.
I don't know how they
Or
do
it
it.
could be a robot
Yeah,
or
I don't know
whatever.
how they
I
do
don't
it,
know how
but
it-
they'll give you an email like your lyrics were approved, your cover art was approved, your audio was approved because they have to go through copyright and all
Yeah.
that.
Damn.
And then pretty much they're just like, yeah, you're all good, and your
And
release
it's
date
like
is
tough when you don't have a team to do all this stuff. You got to do it yourself. Put the lyrics
Yeah.
in, get a cover art, record the song.
yeah.
Damn.
I always get pumped like when any
But I
of us
also-
put songs out.
I also wait so that I can, and I've done a really bad job of this with this new song, but I wait so I can promote it a little bit and gain a little hype around it. I didn't do that at all with this song
No,
yet.
you're just dropping it.
There's a couple pieces of content on my Instagram page, but nothing more than that. And
This might catch people by surprise.
but
though. It might be a good
here's
thing.
another theory that I feel pretty strongly about. I care about promoting a song after it releases way more than building it up before it releases.
Sure.
Just because I want to avoid the moment of someone hears a song on your Instagram reel and goes, "Oh, what song is this? This song's great." And then they look and they're like, "Oh, it's not out yet." And now you're kind of giving them a chance to forget about it.
That's
That's
And-
a valid point.
Especially
Great.
at a
That's
level
a really valid point.
especially at a level that we're at when you're kind of you need
people to
to
listen.
listen. So
Damn,
when it's
yeah.
out, so that's why I'm saving a lot of the promotion for The Right Guy until after it comes out, because once it's out, you can spam it. And then
Yeah.
people go, "Oh, I love that song." And then they look at the caption, link in bio, they click it. Maybe they don't. But if they like it, they can listen to it right then, and you don't get they don't
Yeah.
have that moment of,
'Cause
"Oh,
then
I guess I'll have to wait."
Pre-saving it is a whole nother step, and people
Pre-saving
are,
is a bitch, dude.
and
Like
people are lazy,
Yeah.
and no one's it's not that easy.
100% because like I follow a bunch of people on Instagram where like a song will come out and they'll play a clip and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And then like link in bio to pre-save, and I click that and it doesn't like, I wish if I could just click the link and it'd bring over Spotify, but then I gotta go to my Safari browser and then it's like, gives me the link and then I gotta open up in Spotify and then I'm logged out. I gotta log in and I'm just like, forget about it.
Yeah, of course. Like all those extra steps, it's like, is it even worth it?
Yeah, great point. Yeah, totally.
You do get nervous, so it's like, oh, are people
there
going
is
to
something.
listen to this?
There is something to.
Is this one gonna flop?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There is something to building it up and getting hype around it before it comes out too. I'm not second guessing that. This is just kind of my strategy, I guess, on it.
Sure.
I love teasing songs. You know that.
Yeah.
So you're a tease.
Yeah, if you want to put that. But I just like to see like what the reaction is like right away. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Not like a full reaction, but just like if I put this, how many people like my story? Or how many likes did I get on my story?
Who doesn't? Like,
you know what I mean? Just to see like, okay, do I have to promote it more? Is this one might be just a mediocre song, like when it comes to like likes or not likes or plays compared to another one.
For sure.
And stuff like that. I feel like anyone releasing a song is nervous for how it's going to do, no matter how great.
Or anybody releasing content.
Anything,
exact same thing. If you're out there putting yourself and your art and your craft work out there, we all think the same thing. You know, is this going to do great? Is it not going to do good? Like, I'll post podcast clips that like some will blow up and then some will get like barely any traction.
I've seen you blow up on Instagram.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. But like, no, you're like, is this going to do good or is it not going to do bad? And I've had podcast clips that I've posted, they get like no views. And I'm like, oh shit, delete. You know, like, I feel like we've all been, especially if you're doing anything, creating any content, we've all been there, you know? And that's 100%. The fear at the end of the day.
You post something and you look back and you're like, you see that it's not gaining any traction.
Yeah,
let me, I'll post this later.
Yeah, so then I'll delete it and then I'll repost it like the next day at like a different hour. Boom. I'm like, what went wrong? The algorithm is crazy on social media.
I still don't understand it. Like,
I don't think anybody does. Like there's
people like, we cracked the algorithm. No, you didn't. There's no way.
Like, if you did, how did you do it? Oh, well, follow my class. It's only $1.99 a month. Like,
yeah.
Come on. Like, that's it. Crazy.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, a lot of these questions, I forgot to tell you who asked them, whatever. But,
did you get any?
Oh, yeah. I got, like, a lot of these questions have been, like, people who asked them, but I just forgot to put the names. But this one, I will say, is specifically from Hunter. Kolbie. How disappointed were you when Justin Bieber didn't play at the Super Bowl halftime show?
Here's the thing. I'm a big.
Look at his reaction.
Here's the thing. I love that question.
I'm a believer, bro. I love Bieber, man.
If you know me, he is my idol of all idols when it comes to music.
Gotta love Bugatti.
I love him.
Beats.
I have his name tattooed on me.
You have Justin Bieber tattooed on you?
Yeah, on this knee right here. And then I have like his album tattooed back here.
Crazy.
Knowing, I don't know him. I wish I knew him, but like being a big of as a fan,
being a believer.
He just performed for the first time in 2 years at the NHL, like pre-party, NHL All-Star pre-party.
Yeah,
and he canceled his whole tour. He gets like a lot of anxiety and stuff. So he just performed for the first time in 2 years, like a couple weeks ago, and part of me wanted him to perform so much. But the other part of me was like, he hasn't performed in 2 years besides this little show. I don't think the Super Bowl performance is going to be his time to come back because he's probably not ready.
Sure.
I was hoping the whole time, though. I was like,
did you think he was coming out? Did you think?
I didn't think I was hoping. I didn't. Like, I was like,
you didn't think he was
there's
coming
other
out.
people,
You were
Usher's.
hoping.
Yeah, there's other people Usher's going to bring out.
Yeah.
But I was watching a podcast the other day, and it was someone who helped like choreograph the whole Super Bowl show, and they said Usher did ask Justin Bieber to perform with him, but he just said, I'm not ready at all to do it. And me, like how much I follow him and what I do, kind of knew that.
Sure.
So I wasn't like, I was upset, but I wasn't disappointed because in my head it was like, this isn't gonna happen.
But if he came out, you would have been like,
I would have went nuts. Just like when I hit that blue ball, I would have been me in front of my TV.
So, all right. So the last thing I got for you guys is obviously we said musical artist, songwriter. What was the other one?
Musician.
Yeah, musician. That's the one.
Not a
You
magician.
magic tricks. Where do you want 2024 to lead you guys? Like, what do you want at the end of this year? If you're where you are right now, next year, I mean, sure, it happens to people, but is that where you want to be, or do you want to elevate? If that makes sense.
I mean, I think we're always working to elevate no matter what.
That's the goal.
I don't
Yeah.
think I have a perfect plan
Nobody
in
does.
place. And we've talked about it. We actually sat down and talked about our goals for like 2024. Like, I think that's the coolest thing about the friendship we have is like we really want to make sure ourselves are doing better, but then make sure also the other person. Because I don't know how many people I could sit down with besides you, Billy, and a couple others, and really sit down and get personal about our goals and like what we want, and like not feel judged or embarrassed of what we're doing.
And these were music goals, personal goals, everything.
Yeah.
Sure.
And there's no way with the people I have around me and the people I surround myself with that I can be the same at the end of 2024 as I was in the beginning, because
Say that.
I have to want it myself, but I also have a support system that won't let me stay the same. You know, some people could be like, well, you know, that might not be good because of this, because of that. Like, you should be able to do what you want in life. No, they want the best for me, and those are the people I could trust with my whole entire life that are going to lead me to where I want to be. So them knowing my goals just helps me get better. And I think we all elevate each other to the absolute fullest you could elevate someone else.
Fire answer.
Yeah. Just from when we started really picking up in music again, I took a little break off of music and came back last year and in the new kind of country sound with my cousin Tim. And
Who's another amazing local country artist. He's unbelievable.
And we just started...
Shout out Tim.
Yeah. We just started releasing songs, and for a little bit, that was the extent of it. Like, just release songs, people will listen to it, and there wasn't much beyond that. Then I started working with Kolbie and Billy, and we started getting shows, and I hadn't performed in a while. And so we got back into performing. We had a bunch that summer.
Yeah, we crushed it last summer.
So I almost feel like for 2024, that's kind of the baseline now, where it was like before, it was like we were just releasing songs, and that's kind of it. Release songs, people listen to it, we post content about it, and then it was nice if we got a show. Now it's like, all right, we're doing shows consistently. Now that's kind of the default. That's like the baseline. We know we're going to get shows. How can we get better shows?
When's the next
Opening
one?
up, who can we open up for? What other places, what other venues can we do? Things like that. And then having a guy, I'm going to bring him up again, Jake Mannix, having a guy like that in your corner who can make your music, not only make your music sound so much better than you could do yourself. Like, he's a genius.
Yeah.
And then, but he also pushed me a lot in terms of making better content.
Yeah.
And that helped a lot for
And
me too.
He
'Cause
will challenge your song. If he doesn't think the lyric you wrote is like good enough or going to resonate with someone, we will sit there for
there's
45 minutes thinking of one new line to add to that song.
Yeah, there are songs on Apple Music or whatever, and you can look at the lyrics, and it'll say written by Ryan Carmello and Jake Mannix.
Yeah.
And the reason I added his name is because there have been times where I've gone into a studio session, and like entire verses have been scrapped and changed because he's just like a perfectionist with your music too. He's like, I think we got to change that. That line isn't sitting right with me. Let's change that.
I've never gone in there and came out with the same thing that I wrote.
No. And we're talking about him now, but he stays behind the scenes. Like, he's doing this just so you can have the best version of your music that you can. And he's doing it purely for that. Like, there's no other motive.
Oh, that's dope.
He's not asking for his name to be put in the lyric, in the songwriting credits like I put his name. He doesn't ask me to do that. I just do that because of how much input he puts into the song.
And he shows up and supports us when we're performing live. Like, he shows up for us.
So
cool.
There's been times where he has almost like he has shot content for me, and then he's like helped me with a caption, and he's made it look so nice and stuff. And I always ask him like, do you want me to tag you? Do you want? And he's like, that's all you, man. That's all you. He's just doing. He wants you to put out the best product. And all that is to say, I just brought him up because that's kind of the people we have around, and that's all just to say in 2024, when you keep that energy around you of like everyone around you is not just being like yes men, like yeah that's great, put it out, but everyone's just pushing you to be the best you can be. It sounds cliche, but like
no, it's so true.
There's no way to not grow from that.
And that's why I'm a huge believer in it's not what you know, it's who you know. Sure, it's what you know to an extent, but who you know is only going to bring you farther.
100%, and just keeping the right people around you. Like, our goal definitely for this year, outside of the ones we've talked about, like we opened for a pretty big country artist last year in 2023 at Empire Live, which was so cool. That was like one of my favorite parts of 2023, outside of like getting married, finding out I'm having a kid. Like music wise, that was 100%. Like to me, like the coolest music moment I've had. And I think, there's some other opportunities that we've been working with that something like that could happen for us again. With country, I'm 10 times more confident with the stuff I'm putting out than what I was putting out before. Like, I would put stuff out before and be like, oh, you guys should listen to this. Now I'm like, you guys definitely should listen to this. Like,
Heart and soul, man.
Yeah, like this stuff is good.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's definitely just way more comfortable where I feel comfortable and like I'm doing so much better.
I love that.
Yep.
All right, boys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. We absolutely crushed it. All right, folks. We'll see you nerds next week for another ride of Choo Choo.
Thanks
Appreciate
for having
you
us.
having
See
us
you
on,
later.
dude.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Love
Thanks
the
for coming.
setup.
Fucking love it. Let's go.